everybody, and welcome back to a new video on my YouTube channel. I'm Nicholas, and today we're back with another first time reaction. Today it's gonna be my first time watching, listening, and reacting to Hype's Fromist9 girl group, and 4 of the music videos, to be exact, the 4 most recent ones. Even though the real first time reaction here was actually quite a while ago already, yeah, I'll explain in a moment. But we do, like mentioned, we'll have many new reactions on top of it, because just like I've done here and there in the past already, I've taken all the reactions I did and re-uploaded them alongside newer reactions and then uploaded them like that, mostly to give that video a better chance to do well in the channel, you know, because of the algorithm and all that kind of stuff, and simply because the older reaction just never really delivered in that sense. And that was basically the case here for Fromist9. I reacted to them once last year, and that was with Talk and Talk, and it had like, I don't know, a few hundred views or something like that. I think it was either because it just was a single and not like a full-fledged comeback, and I think because I reacted to it like a day later as well. So I thought, you know what, when DM was already coming around earlier this year, I thought, okay, I will re-upload it there, do DM, and we go what came before Talk and Talk, but then I couldn't do that when the time came around. But now we are doing it with the second comeback of Fromist9 this year, which is Stay This Way. So these are the 4 we are doing. I will basically first send you back in time and give you my Talk and Talk reaction, which was my first impression on the girls, and then we now go through We Go, then DM, and then also Stay This Way. But before I send you back in time, I do definitely want to take the time to first of all really say that I'm glad that the girls that were involved in a car accident this past Saturday are doing okay. Seriously, when I read that headline, my heart sank for a moment, because it's really a crucial reminder to one of my biggest fears, not just within K-pop, but within the world in general, because especially K-pop idols, they have so many schedules, yeah, when they have tours, they go all around the world, they're always basically moving, they spend more time traveling than doing anything else, you know, so you just never know when something may happen, right? Every day around the world there are hundreds of accidents, because, you know, it just happens, you know, it's just impossible for them not to happen. So you never know when it may hit somebody you really love or appreciate, or when it may hit some of your absolute favorites, you know. It's absolutely insane, you know. When I read that headline, I was really like, oh my god. When I then read that they only have minor injuries, I was like, thank you, you know, because you just never know when something may happen. And that's why I always say, even if days are tough, even if, you know, you think you're doing terrible or anything, appreciate life. Never know when it may be your last day. Yeah, before, and I really hope the girls are doing fine. And you know, it's just a shock in general, you know, to be involved in a car accident. I luckily have not been in one yet, and I truly hope that it will remain that way. I mean, I generally don't drive a car and don't plan on doing so either, because I'm actually terrified of cars and just the street and traveling in general. You know, that's why I rarely travel at all, because of that exact fear. But yeah, wanted to get that out of the way early on, especially because I mentioned it's really important to me, and it is one of my biggest fears. So thoughts go out to all the girls that were involved in that. I think there were 5 of the 9 on Saturday that they were doing fine. Now let's get to the good things though. I will send you back in time for a moment to give you my Talk and Talk reaction from last summer, and then we go into the new music video reactions for myself after that. So yeah. Obviously, given that this is my first time reacting to this group, I won't be able to tell the members by name. I did go quickly through their names, but obviously I won't be able to tell who's who, so excuse that from my side. Otherwise, not much else to add. 4 minutes long, that's quite a length for a music video. Talk and Talk, what direction could it be going really into good? How they sound like? Let's get into this. Sadly, no subtitles. Alright. Ooh, okay, that sounds already fun. One of the previous songs, I'm guessing. Okay, very bright, colorful. Is it going to be more the bubblegum direction, maybe? Yeah, this looks very colorful and sounds already very bright. Okay, sounds like a summer song. Ooh, that hairstyle though. Okay. Oh, that pre-chorus sounds good. Oh, that's an interesting chorus drop. And it's cute. I think it achieves its goal. Yeah, this classic synthesizer bubblegum K-pop style. I see. Okay, blown up bad as well. I like the idea of the music video, like this house with the 9 rooms. Everybody got their own room. I really like this pre-chorus though. That long track vocal. That drop is interesting. It doesn't really go high, it doesn't really go low, it doesn't really go fast. Very soft, you know what I mean? A very soft transition. Okay, but that part is obviously catchy, come on. Flower APT. Ooh. And now the electricity is out. Music video is very fun. It's very simple, like production-wise, but it works. I love her hairstyle. Her hairstyle looks amazing. That all look great though. Ooh, great high note there in the background. That part is also fun in the choreo. Okay, there are definitely a lot of positives I can point out. Ah, it's a special single album. Okay, so maybe they had a B-side for this. Maybe not. Okay. Promisenine talk and talk. Alright, where do I start here? I think the best thing... I think this is already a good way to describe this, just looking at the end title card. Because Promisenine definitely is more of a classic girl group. Let's say it like this. They debuted back in 2018, at the beginning of 2018, and just a few months later Blackpink brought out the Girl Crush song, and since that point on, Girl Crush dominated K-pop sound. Everything I've seen from that standpoint out, it just got more and more Girl Crush. The girls groups just went more heavier, more badass, more swag directed. But we still have these handful of groups that still go more into this classic K-pop sound, into this very bubblegummy, cute, bright EDM sound. Stuff like Weekly as example, who does that sound insanely good. After School is still one of the best songs of the year for sure. And Promisenine goes into that direction as well. And I obviously don't know yet if they did this sound now ever since 2018, or if they had some other styles they tried out as well, but they seem more like such a group, like this bubblegum type of direction. And I will honestly say that's not my favorite direction. Like mentioned, here and there a song like Weeklies every few months, that's fine. I enjoy it, it's fun to listen to, but it's not my favorite vibe. I just don't vibe to these type of songs. I'm just not the too biggest fan of these bright EDM soundtracks. But I think Promisenine definitely took this and still made it a fun song nonetheless. And that's always the most important thing to me. Because obviously nowadays music, everything is actually overdone. let's think of the last song that was truly innovative or something totally new. I mean, BTS's most recent songs were all basically, you've seen them before, but you've seen the sound before, but they do their own thing with it. And this bright EDM bubblegum style is the pinnacle of that, basically, of this idea of having a sound that's been done thousands of times before. But if you still manage to make something with it and still make something out of it that sounds good, that you can listen to, then I think you achieved something. And I think that is definitely what you can say about this. Like mentioned, the pre-chorus is very fun. The chorus is obviously catchy, even though the transition from the pre-chorus into the chorus was a bit weird. Like, it didn't really feel like bang. It didn't really punch me, you know? Like, I want the chorus drop usually to either go very epic or very hype or like very high, stuff like that. But it was a very weird drop, basically. Like, it wasn't a drop at all, but it wasn't like, it just weirdly transitioned. It was a bit odd at first listen. It got a bit more into the second and third time around, but second part of the chorus was very catchy. Generally, a lot of catchy elements. It's generally very cute, very bright, very colorful. I mean, like mentioned, you see the colors here. The music video idea was fun. Like mentioned, it was not huge production, anything like that. You just had, let's take a good shot of it, maybe. You had basically this one house. Can I get a shot of the house, please? YouTube, give me a shot of the, there it is. We basically really had just this. You had just this house. Everybody has their own room. We got the 9 rooms. That is cute. Every room has their own personality. Then you have this little storyline going on that, like, a fire breaks out and then the electricity goes out. That's fun, you know? Like, that's creative, that makes watching the music video fun. You're like, oh, look at this, that's cool, that kind of stuff. It's like, it's not bad, you know? That's the thing. Usually nowadays when I listen to these bright EDM sounds, it needs to really do something to really get me, or to not bore me. I think that's the best way to describe it. And I think Fromest9 achieves in giving me a music video and giving me a song that I can personally enjoy, or not just say, oh, that's just whatever. You know, it's fun. It has good stuff to offer. I really enjoyed some of the floor variation in this. Like, they tried stuff out. It didn't sound all the same all the way through as well. You had the fun music video with a creative idea. You had a very catchy chorus. You had this very, I really like this note there in the pre-chorus. There, this na na na, before you get into this weird transition for the chorus. The high note in the end is also a good highlight. Generally, from the members, I'd say the one with the I think you can see it here. Can you see my mouse? I'm not sure. But the one in the middle on the top left with the blue dress, I love her hairstyle a lot. Reminds me a lot of Jenny's from How You Like That. It looks pretty damn cool. I think she stood out the most in that way. But they all look good. Like, they all look good. They have their own personality. They have their own charm. They look cute. They fit this bubblegum style for sure. And I think Fromest9 Talk, it's definitely a good bubblegum song. Not much more for me. I gotta be honest with that, because it's a bubblegum song, you know. It's not an after school, let's say, like this. We gotta compare it from now on. Sorry, Weekly just set the bubblegum K-pop standard very high with that sound, with that song. But this is still definitely a fun song. Had a lot of fun watching it. Had a lot of fun and enjoyed this a lot. And I hope you enjoyed my reaction. And we are back. You know, only just a few seconds between me sending you back to Talk and me now continuing here. Talk was a rather fun, playful, and lighthearted type of release, and I think this is going to be their sound and just their concept and flavor going forward. The next song we are checking out here was actually before Talk, but like mentioned, Talk was my first impression on them overall. No idea why I didn't just say that I am doing both. What were I thinking back then? Nicholas, what? That is We Go, which was released back on May 17th, sitting at 23 million views. And the thumbnail looks already quite intriguing, simply for the fact that we see them in an editing program. And what I should know? That's not Photoshop. I don't know what it is. Probably it's just something thought about. So maybe this was obviously still during the COVID times and all that kind of stuff. So maybe we're doing something like that. You know, that home concept, but they do sit at a beach. So we will see what they have in store for us. Okay, let's see what creative plans they are going to be showing. Let's check it out. Fromest9, We Go. Let's go. Oh yeah, it's a Zoom call here and an editing program, so a bit of both. What editing program is it? Should I know that? Me all day with renders and everything, but a bit more simple on Canva. Ooh, the visuals. I need more fans actually. Good reminder here. Ooh. Very comfortable sound picture. Oh, but they're... The visuals! Damn! They look gorgeous. Ooh, the string here. Ooh, love that short pre-chorus. And I love how we now also go outside here, you know. Ooh, very full chorus sounds. Oh, and even the second chorus. Even the choreo is really fun. Yeah, I'm actually digging this visual concept with the editing involved. Ooh. It's such a comfortable listening experience. Oh, that's a cool shot, but it's such a enjoyable sound. It's like so lovely and on point for the ears. Like everybody has such a comfortable voice. The way we have that little increase for just like 2-3 seconds before the chorus then kicks in is really good. Smooth transitions to... Don't tell me that's part of the actual song though, just of the music video. Please don't tell me that's part of the actual song. It was just as a gag for here. Ooh. Oh, I love how we... I don't want to say though. I love how we now have the same location just at night. The same locations just at night. Hey, this is such a fun time. Oh, the outfits in there too. Who's doing the background vocals here? Damn! The background vocals here were awesome. Okay. That is Fromist9. 9-way ticket. I'll take some grapes if you don't mind. That was really good. That was really, really good. Like the thing I said about Talk and Talk already, and just generally something I am now appreciating much more nowadays than I did back still. I was just appreciating these type of songs, right? Because back then it was still more in my earlier days in K-pop, like it wasn't even a year into K-pop at that point, and I was not really that drawn towards the more simpler and more easy listening experience, you know, one of these big explosive type of songs and music videos and all that kind of stuff. While Fromist9's We Go is once again just very playful, just a cheerful good time, while being such an easy listen on the ear. Seriously, these type of songs are very important nowadays, because while I love listening to the very big, highlight-filled, explosive type of songs, you know, with the big rap sections and with the high epicness and all that kind of stuff, these songs are just as important to me nowadays as those are, because they made for such a great, relaxing time in between. And Fromist9's We Go features a lot of good qualities, okay? Not just the music video, which I mentioned I think is very simple yet creative, you know, with all the editing involved and all that kind of stuff, just makes for a fun watch, but also visually, okay, they look absolutely gorgeous throughout. It's like these facial close-ups in between here at the beginning especially. Damn, they look fantastic. But the song itself, very simple, easy instrumental, you know, has a very cooling effect to it, you know, just a very calmed down, comfortable sound, you know. It's like really the best word to describe the sound picture, comfortable. You know, there's just no too bright sound element in there or too bright electronic section that they implemented or something like that. They just really go for a more calmer summer breeze with this. Even though this isn't really a full-on summer comeback, right? I think the one we're getting today is probably more like that. This was like mentioned in May, so it wasn't even like a full-fledged summer comeback, but it still definitely works better for the warmer times because it just has that very. That's what I was talking about, by the way. Holy moly, they look fantastic. But it just has that very easy summer feeling and atmosphere to it. And like I mentioned, the chorus is very full, has a very lengthy melody to it, which is very enjoyable. We have a second section afterwards as well, which is a bit more playful, with a bit more shouting involved too, which is very nice. But also, like mentioned, they just vocally sound very comfortable too. There was, like mentioned, no voice that like was too high in comparison to the others or too deep in comparison to the others. They all had a more evened out sound picture, which is really good for the entire idea behind the song, and was really fitting for them. I think this was definitely a very good range for them, while we still had some great vocal showcasing at the end, especially where we either had one or two members really going off there in the background vocals during the finale of the song, which was also very comfortable, or actually very satisfying finale. I do hope, like mentioned though, that the phone ringing is not part of the actual song. That would be a bit annoying probably on re-listens, but for the gag and the music video, I think it worked pretty well. But yeah, Promises9 we go, a very cheerful, comfortable track with a creative music video concept in it that makes for an overall very enjoyable release. Yeah, both visually and sonically, very enjoyable, nothing I have to complain about at all. It's definitely a playlist addition to my more summer theme / more comfortable, easy listen type of playlist, where I really just lean back and don't have to think about it too much and just let the music do its work, right? Very enjoyable, very nice, very lovely. It's Promises9 we go. I enjoyed that, and we now see what their most recent, for me still most recent because I'm actually pre-recording these two now before the other one drops, because I gotta combine these later on anyways. That is Promises9 DM, and like mentioned, I actually wanted to do this earlier this year already, and then like re-upload Talk and Talk with it, and then do we go with that together, but that didn't happen, so I'm now just doing it with the even newer comeback. Released on January 17th, earlier this year, sitting on 27.6 million views, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't it now already the most viewed one? Which is always a good sign if your most recent one ends up being your most viewed one, because it just shows the growth, you know. Love the thumbnail already, looks visually very pleasing, and too good to see what they're going for this time around, and the best way to find it out is by watching it. So let's stop the talking and let's start the reacting. One last sip of water. We're checking out Promises9 DM, which actually kind of, you know, fits the, you know, this concept here actually, because we had the entire social media thing going on here. So now we got DM. Ooh. Another very comfortable synth here. Ooh, when we're upbeat. Ooh. She actually has a bit more of a, not really sultry voice, but a bit more whispery, deeper. Ooh, this is, oh. Ooh, but this sound picture is, again, ooh, this synth here is so nice. Now, much more satisfying pre-chorus too. Ooh. Now that's how you make the chorus burst out. Cool choreo bit here. Ooh, vocally very strong here. Big switch up in the sound to the verse picture. Now we go back down again. There was such a lengthy, loud section there. That's how you make the chorus stand out. Ooh, but these little electronic bits, it is do-do-do-do and all that kind of stuff. Really digging the mixing production. This pre-chorus though. The pre-chorus in We Go was very simple and short. Here it's very lengthy and satisfying. The way we kick in with that strong vocal there is amazing transition. vocally Fromestein is actually delivering here. Like both in this and We Go. Definitely more of a vocal focus group generally with not much rap, and it works. We'll get to the thumbnail visual concepts. All the paints. Ah, what a stunning final visual here. With all the paint, with the confetti, the all white outfits. Ooh. Oh damn! Are they doing those high-pitched vocals live though? Those may have been actually a bit too high for me, but because then there was real like there was like nearly opera type of vibe from the range there. Ah, nope, that's not what we're doing here. Dang, those final background vocals there were definitely not as satisfying as When We Go. That was probably a bit too high for me. Just like when we go, you know. Probably a bit too loud there in my taste. But okay, Fromistnain's DM is a bit of a different approach now in comparison to We Go. First of all, for the fact that it has a much longer pre-chorus, which obviously shifts the entire feeling and construction of the song a little bit, but also the way the chorus was done. Because while the chorus for We Go was also very full and very lengthy with a very long melody and all that kind of stuff, DM features a much more explosive, bursting type of chorus, because with a very, very, once again, comfortable, easy sound picture for the verses, especially the first one, with that very sentimental synth that is, you know, while we then just add a little bit more flavor while the thing goes on, and then when the chorus comes around, we have that very strong transition vocal and just generally way more stronger vocal delivery this time around than in We Go, which really makes that chorus, especially like in the noise department, stand out so much within the rest of the song. Like, it's not too loud or anything, or it's noisy or whatnot, but it's like a big switch up to the verse sound overall, that it just really stands out that way, you know, which makes it not be that linear as We Go was, but instead gives it this big spike within the sound graph, basically, which in my opinion worked here. Okay, I think the chorus was definitely once again really good, and again very full, which is always very enjoyable for long listens. You know, when you like want to listen to the song more than once in a row, then these choruses, especially in my opinion, will always work because they just have that continuous melody that just always delivers. Okay. Bridge was also pretty great visually, like mentioned. Interesting that it had this aspect ratio for the verses, and then when the chorus came around, it became the full picture. You know, it's such a simple visual detail, but you just notice it straight away, because like, we're in the chorus, so you know, we embrace everything right now, right? That's such a little detail that, in my opinion, works. Visually, the concept was actually like, with like here this set build up and everything, but like, it wasn't, this setup isn't as clear to me as the one we had in We Go, you know, which was like this traveling, even though you're at home, you might like make your own travel at home and all that kind of stuff. He actually can tell what the visual approach was, or what it is supposed to, I can't tell like 1, 2, 3 words what the idea for the visuals was. Maybe just them looking good, which worked, you know, but like with the bicycles and with the road and all that kind of stuff, then the finale here, which I mentioned, definitely my favorite visual section with the painting, like especially here when the confetti comes in, definitely my favorite visual part of the MV. But like, it's definitely concept wise not as clear as We Go was, but who cares? Okay, the music video is generally just it's just something for the eye anyways, because at the end of the day, what's always more important for me is the song itself. And DM, outside of like mentioned, probably for my taste a bit too high pitched finale vocals there in the background for the final chorus, definitely does it for me as well. Yeah, Fromistnain, a vocally very strong and comfortable to listen to group. They all have great voices and have very full and satisfying on point songs, which makes me excited for the comeback later, and just generally to maybe dive into some of their B-sides, either with y'all together or on my own. But yeah, for now, actually just around 30 more minutes up until the premiere of Stay This Way. Until that point, I will be already editing this a bit together so that I then just have to edit the final one onto that. So I'll make a quick cut here and I'll see each other, or we see each other again in a few seconds. In my case, in like 30 minutes. See ya. And we're back. Just a few seconds passed by for you, for me around 30 minutes or so. We are now here with the newly released and just premiered Fromesnain music video Stay This Way. And let's just not waste any more time and let's just get into the release. Let's check it out. No idea what to expect. I've only seen visual teasers, so only photos. Ooh, yeah, this time it's a full-on summer concept, okay? This time we are fledged out summer vibes. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Hmm. Yeah, way more natural and V-look this time, you know, with way more outside locations. Ooh. Like how the second verse picture is already way more upbeat and playful. Short on point pre-chorus. The visuals again in this though, my lord. But this definitely seems to be their thing. These very long full choruses, always 2 sections. It's definitely their style. But visually, this music video, I love the natural approach, you know? Ooh. Wait, isn't that the same top Nyan wore just like a few days ago? That's a cool coincidence. Oh, way more flow this time. Yeah, way more flow in this one. Didn't really feel like straight up rap, but way more playing around with that. It's definitely a much more dance-orientated summer sounds than, you know, the very chill one. Checking out the second part this time. Ooh, way more! Way stronger in the delivery this time. Oh! Back on vocals, back at it. She with the short hair is looking especially gorgeous in this. Wow. But everybody looks great again. Background vocals. Ooh, now the very long outer section too. Very satisfying song construction for sure. Alright. That thing was once again very, very full for its runtime, okay? Fromesnain definitely has one key trademark within their songs that I think just really works for them, and that all like mentioned these very lengthy full choruses. I think what's Talk and Talk that I haven't listened to it since yesterday, but like the 3 songs I've now checked out, you know, like in the past hour or so, all have the same chorus idea, or like the choruses simply aren't the very typical, like just a few lyrics here and there, more instrumental focus and everything. They have the great vocals, so they really show it off by having these very lengthy, long choruses with the long melody implemented within them, and I think this really works for them. I think it's always a good and satisfying sound picture, you know, because these just always do a little bit more for me than oftentimes too simple or too, I don't know, not often uncreative, but like stuff like where you only repeat the same word over and over and let the instrumental do the work. Obviously, I don't know, it's too common for me, so I always gladly take this approach over that instead. This is, like mentioned, I think one of their definite trademark things, at least for the time checks. Who knows? I don't know how the B-sides for that look like. Other than that, time we notice is once again way the more shorter pre-chorus this time around, but the time we spared with that basically was used to then later implement a much longer bridge, but also a very good outro section, yeah, which really made for such an explosive finale. And I think explosive is generally a good word to describe the song, because you would expect at first by the visuals that it's going to be like a very lean back, chill, breezy type of summer vibe, but instead it was way more dance orientated, something that I think could have actually been released without the summer visuals at any point of the year probably. So it doesn't really have that typical summer flavor to it sound wise, but it's, like mentioned, definitely still a very fun and upbeat sound, you know, definitely way more upbeat than both the M and We Go, and also this time around featured way more flow. I still wouldn't call it like full on rapping. Like, I don't know. Do they have rapper positions? Do they? I don't know. But like, there was definitely much more flow this time around than there was in the previous songs. Yeah, like this time it wasn't just singing and vocalizing, but also much more flow due to it being more of a dance-oriented track, which obviously then invites to, because the beat was just way more upbeat this time around with way more tempo. And yeah, we had, like mentioned, once again, the two-section chorus, and for the second chorus, you take out the second part, so we have, again, more time for the finale, where we then have the chorus in full fleshed-out mode again, and that just really works as a satisfying climax to this, once again, over very, very fun release. This is definitely how I would how I would categorize Promisenine from my side. While I wouldn't truly, at least on first listen, you know, I don't know how it will feel on several listens, maybe these songs will extremely grow me, and I would be like, oh my god, this is everything. On first impression on each song, I can definitely say there aren't anything mind-blowing, where like, oh my god, wow, or well, best thing ever, whatnot, the way the melody especially like really, you know, throws me away. But they are just on-point great releases that just ultimately make for good music, and I think I can add all of these songs, oh, she looks cute here, to my playlists, like to my more upbeat, summery, bubblegummy pop playlists, you know. I think that's definitely Promisenine. The music is quality. On first impression, may not be anything mind-blowing, but it's just good music, okay? The quality's there, the girls sound great, they look great for the visuals too, like mentioned, and I think these songs will definitely be, like mentioned, will get better with every listen, and I think they're generally more the lean-back type of direction, right? Where there aren't these big, epic type of releases that you, like, fully focus yourself onto, but can just play in the background while doing something else and just enjoy the music that way. And I think that's also a very good quality to have. So overall, now that I've checked out 3 more Promisenine music videos alongside Talk and Talk, like mentioned around nearly a year ago, that was in September last year, Promisenine is a talented group with good quality music that may not be an instant wow effect, but it's just on point in everything it does, and therefore just a good qualitative girl group that I can definitely enjoy and look forward to check out more in the future, whatever it may be, some of their older music videos or future comebacks, or like mentioned earlier already, as we dive into their B-sides, maybe together or on my own. That's it for today's first time reaction video to Promisenine, with the first time reaction I mentioned being a bit old already, but now having checked out 3 more of the music videos. I had a lot of fun with this, I enjoyed this a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed my reactions. If you did, leave a like down below to show me that you did. What are your thoughts on the 4 music videos we checked out today from Promisenine? Which one is your favorite? Who's your favorite member? Favorite part of each song? Tell me all about it down below in the comments as well. And as always, if you enjoy what I'm doing, if you want to support me, then you can gladly leave us up as well. Or support on Patreon. It will help me a lot. We will see each other again with Promisenine down the road, maybe with a catching up on video, or when they have the news comeback, or maybe I will decide to check out some of the B-sides. We will see about all of that, but other than that, we have a lot of other great K-pop content coming up as well. So for whatever content you may be interested in, for whatever content you may want you in for, I'll see you again soon on this channel. Stay safe, have been happy, have a great time, have a great remaining week, or good start into the new week, better said, and see you again soon with a Promisenine or other K-pop reactions. Thank you so much for watching.